Garulenka, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Garulenka, Sulanenga, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, you peasant cabin and Nenga, Nyokempe, 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 Radesse, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Radesse, be Modapa, Nyokempe. Nyokempe, Mother Modapa, Nyokempe, Radenge Modapa, and get it, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, was a Nyoke, Jakana, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Nidumbe, Yoke, Jakana, Nyokempe, 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 Modapa, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Mami Kodara, Modapa, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Pai Mama, he said, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, me Pai Mama, can I say, Nyokempe, 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 Amen. Kizera Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Amon, was a Nyoke, Tiagana, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Dimambo, Kankano, Kizera Nenenga, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Dimambo, Kankano, Kizera Nenenga, Nyokempe, no Dimambo, Kankano, Kizera Nenenga, Nyokempe, Ye Pempe, don't make a kanke. Kizera Nenga, Nyokempe, Pempe, yo Yaka, no need to make a gangue when Nyokera Nenga, Nyokempe, Nyok. Unega no Supura Nenga, Nyokempe, Supru Senga Nenga, Kizera Nenga, Nyokempe, no, Manasera Nenga, Kizera Nenga, Nyokempe, Amen, Kizera Nenga, Nyokempe. Nyokempe, Nyok, Radesse, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Radesse, be Modapa, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Nyok, Modapa, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Modapa, and get it, Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Modapa, Nyokempe. Nyokempe, Nyokempe, Kizele dua kwa pere, umone kokinu sumo yo. Kizele lenka, nyokempe. Go senka le kwa, umone kokinu sumo yo. Kizele lenka, nyokempe. Go senka le kwa, abe amune sumo yo. Kizele lenka, nyokempe. Amune yo, sumo yo. Kizele lenka, nyokempe. Nyokempe lebe nyo. Oga nyo mwelamu, nyokempe. Nyokempe nyo mwelamu. Be unradese, nyokempe gamu yo, nyokempe nyo. Mami radeke unradese, nyokempe, nyokempe radese, enkele diele, nyokempe, nyokempe lebe nyo. Ndale o modaba, nyokempe, nyokempe ndale o modaba, enkele diele, nyokempe, nyokempe lebe nyo. Nyokempe wase nyokempe.
Let me welcome all you guys to the magnificent Raka Talk Show here tonight. I know. I know, baby, you go. I know, baby. I just want to. I know, baby, you go. I know, baby. I know, baby, you go. Let me recognize Thomas Gray. Good afternoon, good morning, my friend and brother Thomas Gray. I know, baby. Ayo, I just want to deliver. I had one day you the mother you ever say. When you say no, studio. Let me recognize Morris and Gray. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever you find yourself. My friend and brother Morris and Gray. Let me recognize Mabona Sorry, Mabona Sarah. Born Hammer, good afternoon, good morning. Let me recognize who there? Who here? Let me recognize Don Picky, LRB. Let me recognize Beatrice L. Monier. Good morning. I know, baby.
Let me say a very big thank you to the superintendent of Lofa County. He has done a tremendous work in the interest of Mama Liberia. And I like the way he took the matter. He took the matter peacefully to the Guinean doorstep. Before you enter into any matter, it is better for you to look after it, for you to know what the interest that you will have at the end of the day. We need to look after it. We need to know what it is. We need to understand what brought us this far. What is our interest in it? We need to understand what we will achieve at the end of the day. That's what Sekuba Bambilo is saying. That's what Sekuba Bambilo is saying. He's saying, you know, anything before you get into it, it is better for you to look after, for you to be able to see what you achieve.
It's Mina Cattle Record.
Comme même quand elle peut brûler, pas qu'à point où pas mon socket, où on pied, et pas mon yake, où on pied. Comme elle est payée, comme elle est payée, comme elle dit qu'elle est payée, et calocadie, les faits se mènent nous calocadie, quand nous mettons comme elle est payée, comme elle a payé, où l'on y a serre, what do you say? Women come here, what do you say? Come here, baby. What do you pull out of water? Drop my back on me, go get water. So I was a guy, what do you be? We have it, what do you be? If I don't me, we can't die. Come and take a pay. So that I get a queen. So that I get a queen. Guess I get a pay. Listen to it. I walk one over, get a pay.
Please share the show. Please share the show. Please share the show. Please be able to share this show. Let me be able to bring out my co-host, my friend and brother Zize. How you doing?
Hey, AB, how you doing, man? I'm doing pretty good. Feeling better today, more than I was the last time on here.
Let me bring in
Everything
brother
good.
Lawrence. Brother Lawrence, how you doing?
Yeah, we bless God for life, though. Once you are alive, you gotta be thankful and grateful to God. There are so many things happening right now, so being alive is one of the most important. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah. Let us start the ball rolling right away. What is on your mind, brother Lawrence? What is it that is on your mind?
Well, I looked in the chat room and I saw several, should I say several or few topics, and I thought that there were so much that we should reduce them to two. So what is really, really playing on my mind is what is playing on every Liberian's mind. You know, the border issue. That just keep playing on my mind. Every time we don't see any progress, we only hear that they are diplomatically talking, and we don't see the Guineans leaving our soil, going back to their, you know, area across. And I mean, it actually baffles everyone that we don't understand what's going on right now.
That's the
And
reason why. That's the
yeah,
reason why. That's the reason why. That's the reason why, brother Lawrence. We are the last show. We are the last show for the day. So that's the reason why we gather all the information for us to be able to inform the Liberian people. That's the
yeah,
reason why if I was one of those guys, I would just be waiting for the show to come on. And when the show come out, so I can come and listen. Because we are here to now polish it. We are here to give it to Liberian people just how we receive it, and we have a good news anyway. We have a good news, but let me bring my friend and brother Zizi. Your
Hey,
own time,
AB,
your own time. That seems to be coming together these few days.
I mean, I love her, man. We can always triumph. So, the fears, we like to take things easy until we solve whatever problem it is. Because when we get mad, like, no, you can't stop a local man when he get angry. So before he get angry, he'll be so patient, so patient until he push the last button. And when you push the last button, that local man tell you, say, you're getting on it. So, but there's a country thing, and lofa is just a part where the issue is. And like my friend Lawrence said, the Liberia is number one on everybody's mind. So anything that's going on with our international border, we have to be concerned. But I think from the way things are looking, things are subsiding. We'll discuss that, and also Yeke issue. Some people want to downplay Yeke nonsense that he did, but I feel that it's not something to be overlooked. Like, precedent should be set against a certain lawmaker that will commit treasonous act against the state. So those two things are on my mind. And then with the different development that is going on in the country, the president just did a 365 days non-maternal care, which is towards young babies dying in Liberia. And then you got some of these international organizations coming. Like, I saw something about France. I don't know what the French were doing in Liberia. There's something about the French presence in Liberia. So those are all good things, and that's why you see some of us who don't want to uh, really go the negative side of these things that happen in Lofa, just praying that the diplomatic channels can work, and things can move a little quicker and faster, that our people can get back to normality, so we can focus on our country's development.
All right. Okay. Okay. my brother Zeze. You know, as for me, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy, and what is on my mind that have to do with in peace be done to the arches, um, Solomon George, the president pay visit to um, Representative Solomon George, former Representative Solomon George. The president was able to pay visit, and so that the people and who are around there, they can be able to know at last where Solomon George put his hope. So that was a very brilliant move by the president. I don't know who is advising our president, but the person that is advising him, that person is really working hard. Let me say kudos to the veteran Samuel Kofi Woods and the likes of others. And then the next thing that's on my mind is about the corruption case. The corruption case that have to do with Samuel Toy. So we'll be diving into all, but first of all, let us be able to start the conversation by all starting with the issues of Yeke Kolba. Yes, it.
No regret for my statement. Everything I say, I stand by it. Today, I'm spring to on the capital building ground. My man, Latin, you step into it. Nobody. President and myself talk. If you don't extend apologies, I will sign the communication. I says, President, my sister, sign anything you want to sign. Stand up. And let me say on this platform, if the lawmakers will have to come back to investigate me, they should come back to investigate the transport ministry situation. The laws were disrespected. If the lawmakers will have to come back to investigate me, they should investigate the 72nd barrier issue, how the people were placed in the street and other issues. State, I don't want to talk about this. I want them to bring the evidence. They will discuss the evidence. If they do anything illegal, I will take them before the Chief Justice. I mean, we say, and I will defeat them before the Chief Justice. I can say this for the fact. State, these people want to silence the opposition. I, Yeke Kolba, will speak everything I said, State. If that what I said, I stand by it. I would not reverse it. And I would not extend apology to anybody. If anybody is to be investigated, Mr. Walker should be investigated for treating the Liberian people the way he treated them. The House of Representatives should be called back, and they will be called back for the 2 weeks that are hearing to investigate who wanted to bring war between Liberia and Guinea. Somebody provoked the situation. Have we heard anything? We have not. Oh, you want to investigate, Yeke? People tell me about it. When I say apologies, anywhere you see me, take my back to my front. I would not apologize for anything. Let them move on. I respect them. They are my colleagues. Let them do anything they want to do. I respect all of them. Let them sign any people they want to sign. I stand by my statement today. I stand by it tomorrow, and I stand by it forever.
So that was the voice of Yeke Kolba. Let me hear you, Brother Lawrence. Let me hear you.
Yeah, this is a very critical, time for our country, right? And one thing people don't understand is that country first before politics, before sorry, one second. Country first before politics and before everything. But politicians in Liberia think that when you say you are a vocal person, it means you should not speak reality. Anything that is opposite to your view should not be accepted. So this is in the case of Yeke Kolba, right? Yeke Kolba has been playing a smart game in Liberia. Each president that gets in power, Yeke Kolba will fight hard for that president to get in power. Then later on, turn against that president. But for this issue that is happening, it is a national concern. Whether you are opposite to whatever view that is going on in the country, but this is a national concern. And Yeke is claiming that the president of Liberia knows about the land that the Guinean army is claiming. That the president Yeke had made a lot of accusations, right? So Yeke should be questioned. Yeke should be investigated. Maybe he has some information that he needs to provide so that the government can use that information to retrieve our land or to ask the Guinean army to leave our land or for clarity. But you cannot say because you are a lawmaker so you can recklessly make statements and go scot-free. No, there are limitations. Lawmakers are not above the law. The president is not even above the law. Everybody works in confined with the law. Everybody works underneath the law. So if you want to see yourself as an exempted lawmaker that you can say anything and go scot-free, at this moment, he has to be questioned because this is not about election where Joseph Boga is running campaign and people are asking that you should vote for Joseph Boga. Other people say no. No, this is about another country coming on our soil or
But
taking on
but
land that
but
belongs to us. And then you
Brother
have a
Laurent,
lawmaker, one second, you have a lawmaker making accusation that will even intensify the situation and make Guinea to understand that the land they are claiming, it is legitimately belonging to them and they have right to take them. So this has to be stopped and Yeke has to be questioned.
but Brother Lawrence, here you can saying that if that a statement he made, he stand by it. So that means that the brother made the statement and he is standing by his statement. So what not if the legislature have balls, if they have balls, why don't they take that decision? Instead of them being talking yeah and then, why don't they take that decisions?
Yes, so how we call Abraham, the house has its own rules, right? They has their own, set up their governing rules and their procedure when it comes to taking action against some disorderly or reckless statement from their their colleagues. So I think they have started a process soliciting signatures that will, make them to take a decision against Yeke Koluba. However, we don't know whether their standing rules are also are also consistent with the Liberian Constitution because anything you're doing, it should be consistent with the Liberian Constitution so that that can be of grounded, action. Because if you took action against a person, especially a lawmaker, and the Constitution does not back that action, it means you will only be operating on your own feelings and so forth. So they have their rules, and I think if their rules commensurate with the Liberian Constitution, then they can go by their rules. That's why they are soliciting signatures.
Okay. Brother say what say you?
Yes, AB. Thank you very much. So, as a representative or as any uh, elected official, when you are sworn in, you are sworn in to uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. The Constitution is Liberia. So, as a representative, your job is to protect Liberia. The reckless remark that Yaka made, and before I finish with Yaka, let me just lay the premises. So I took my time, I investigated this whole 1907, 1912 or whatever year the agreement was, 1907 and 1972. So the 1907 agreement that was signed between Liberia and the French colonizer, the French colony of Guinea, because the French were occupying Guinea at that time. They signed the agreement that because it was supposed to be a straight line boundary, but because at that time it could have been difficult, they said, okay, let's use natural landmark, which is like rivers or something like that. So that's how Liberia and Guinea chose the Makona River. And in the 1907 agreement, Guinea owns the entire Makona River. The borderline is not in the middle. I took my time.
Really?
The borderline is not in the middle. Guinea owns the entire Makona River. Liberia only border is at the edge of the water. But Guinea owns the river and the river bed. So whenever somebody went and dredged in our river, they violated international law. That's the first thing. But with Guinea crossing the Makona River into Sorlumba, they also violated international law because that is not the land of Guinea. And that's why Yeke is saying that where Guinea occupies is their land as a certain representative, which is a violation of his oath that he took. He's like undermining the country Liberia and giving it to an opponent. So when 1972 came, when Tobot and Secretary came to sign the agreement, they said, you know what? We will go by the 1907 agreement that was signed. So again, I did the research, and I'm 100% correct that the Makona River does not belong to Liberia. All the Makona River belong to Guinea. The river and the river bed belong to Guinea. Our border is the bank. They call it the bank or the tagway. The
edge
bank.
of the river.
So the bank of the river is Liberia's coming this way. But anything from the bank going into the river across Guinea, we don't have no territory. We don't own it. Okay? So Yeke feel that when he's sitting out causing people and acting rude in session, yes, we know that your ways. You're not seeking the welfare of your constituent. But when it comes to Liberia and a conflict, you cannot undermine Liberia. That's treasonous. Okay? So if the legislature are very serious to come back for 2 weeks and deal with Yeke by either expelling him or suspending him, let him go to the Supreme Court. Okay? Let him go to the Supreme Court. That's what we got laws for. If he feel that his suspension or his expulsion is illegal, he can run to the Supreme Court and the law, the same constitution will be interpreted. Whether his action was not treasonous towards the state. But again, the Guinean soldier being on Liberian soil is a violation of international law. And the other thing again I brought about the Conadu thing, the superintendent explained it. I don't know you will play the superintendent voice that will go into that, but I will just tie that to what happened to the Sorlumba. Sorlumba, whether it's any other different thing, I don't know, but the dredging of that river was against international law, and Guinea owns everything in that river. Liberia had nothing to do with that river, according to the 1907 agreement that we signed. And we confirmed that by signing the 1972 agreement.
We'll come to that. We are discussing Yeke
But the
issue
reason why
right now.
the reason why I discussed that, Yeke said that where the Guineans occupy is for them, which is not true. So it means that Yeke is undermining the Republic of Liberia and giving her territory to another country as a certain lawmaker. He's not an ordinary citizen. You myself can say, but that place belongs to Guinea. It will have no weight. But when a certain lawmaker who knows the law and making the law can tell you that Guinea crossing the Makona River, wherever they occupy is their land, it means that Yeke is undermining the Republic of Liberia, which is treasonous. And that's why he should be expelled or suspended by whatever means his colleagues are going his colleagues are going to take. I'm 100% in agreement with it.
Thank you. As for me, I'm looking at this from a different ways. Let me be frank. Honorable Yeke Kolba had done this thing a lot of time, and he had gone away scot-free. But this identical one, I will call the Speaker of the House for Yeke Kolba for immediate action to be taken on Honorable Yeke Kolba. The reason is just very simple. If Yeke is a Guinean, let him go in Guinea, let him go represent Guinea. But you cannot be living on our soil. You're being paid by the taxpayer money. And be speaking gibberish and be talking trash, be coming from out of your mouth all of the time.
Maybe that was not only trash. That was not only trash. The Guineans started to use his remarks that if a certain representative in parliament in Liberia says that we own the land, then why are people trying to make it known that we're occupying an illegal land? So
Yeah.
they're using him as a reason why they should be occupying our land, which is
So
ridiculous in the first place.
The reason why I said that it is a trash talk that coming from out of Yeke Kolba mouth, it's just very simple. Yeke got to flip from, he got to deny. And that was the same thing that he did when they accused him on the very topic. Yeke said that he never said so.
Yeah, you see, if I said it, I step on my statement.
And no. One the representative, one of the representatives,
Small Morba.
yes, very good. When some mother was in office, in studio, the journalist said on Spoon FM that Yakob Kolba said this, and Yeke said that he did not say that. They have to play that clip. So for me, Yeke have reached his limit. Yeke have reached his limit against. You cannot be paid by the taxpayer money, and at the same time you be talking bad thing against the state. That is not running nowhere. So I will urge the House for them to first of all suspend him without pay for 6 months until the investigation is done. And if, and I'm saying if the investigation is in his phone getting, let Yeke be expelled from the house.
yeah,
And all
so
that.
I am reading an article here from the Constitution of Liberia, right? It's Article 38 of the Liberian Constitution. It says here each house shall adopt its own rules of procedure and force order, and with the concurrence of 2/3 of the entire membership, may expel a member for cause. Each house shall establish its own committee, all those ones. So, where I wanted to look at already gotten it, it said, each house shall adopt its own rules of procedure and post order, and with the concurrence of 2/3 of the entire membership, may expel a member for a cause. The Constitution here did not define that cause, right? However, the House can determine which cause that is huge enough, weighted enough, that lawmaker should be expelled. And with the treasonous statement that Yeke Koluba has made, which of course, I don't know whether it's true or not, but people are saying in Guinea, the leadership in Guinea is using that statement to stand by their occupation on our soil. So that means it is an established cause for Yeke to be expelled. And
Okay.
as I've heard, the House of Representatives, they have called for, I think, emergency session to solicit signature that will expel Yeke Koluba. And if that happens, it's going to be inconsistent with this Article 38 within our Liberian Constitution, because it is an established cause. Yeke has put Liberia in a place where our value to another country is being devalued. So Yeke Koluba must take a punishment for whatever statement or statements that he has made that is plunging our country to be looking, to be looking at by the world as a weak country, and we don't know what we are doing. So Yeke Koluba has to take punishment.
Thank you. My friend, brother Zeze, do you have anything to say before we move on to the other next topic?
No, let you go.
The purpose of being here this afternoon is to let the world know that most of the things that go on social media are not true.
Monan Jabitirem noni mafe dunya long. Pisamayeno ya na Facebook tunyate.
On the 23rd of March 2026, which was Monday,
I
was here with the Commissioner of Quadribone along with the military personnel of Guinea on the same cornerstone. And yesterday, it was circulated on social media that the cornerstone was being removed by a Guinean soldier. And so today we are here to let the world know that it is not true.
So be more na dunya be moye dunya be mama friend kafa kami ko ne kunu we are
the same cornerstone we met on Monday in the same position and stay in the same position.
Mona konosume na jatenelo alibi mona na anokola yali masa amasa notama.
So we want to tell the world that we need to be careful of what we see on social media.
Mimi fa du dunya amala ma mi sama kamina ta dunya na.
We are here to make peace, and the peace will be done because all of us, both the Guinean and the Liberians, had agreed to make peace.
Awe mona ni jaka fa mi beneko. Modula nala mona ni mo bade mun so la jani mitane kala gine kala kala nuka mo be dinya ni benema. Mo te kreko.
Standing by me is the General Commander of all the military, police, immigration for Masata Prefecture.
Awe momi loni ni mitane ka ma kundi bale swazi kundi ba alele swazi kundi bale fefe ni kwesi le immigration ne soda sile masana na la mino alele kundi bale we nani bi.
On my right is the Commissioner for Dialogue District in Guinea.
Awe momi fa loni ni adan aboki no we tane ka ma Commissioner bale ma supervisor dalo kubikuna.
And the Border Patrol Commander for the Prefecture of Guinea of Masata is also here.
Domi fa loni ni wole ma bola commander bale masana na la mino dan susu sini la masana na la mino ala akundi bale.
Our security personnel are here.
Kala ma ta security ka moni mun nani.
Officials of government from Guinea and Liberia are here today.
Febe gouvernement mo libe ka boda Guinea siare an Libia mo be nani vane ka yo ma friend.
We have agreed to make peace and remain the way we were before.
Mo we dinya ka for mi benadan mo te ba da tim na so mo fa ba te mi doke ne mi boke ne.
So let the world know that our cornerstone has not been touched.
Ma fe dunya be aro ka for ana fa ko kono sun bonje uyalo anoro mo lo na le mani.
It is still in the same position.
Afa na anoko amajajaba.
So we are grateful that our brothers have come today.
Mo sa wa ni mo ba de we na bi mo be keke ne no one is kono sun mani.
So we make peace.
Mo be what fe me ko nya wole be ni ko.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let me play a gist of the other clip.
Abunya zima se so azu mo mota mo fati be atanyeke mo te fe mo mo fa ija.
Before we go further, it is a request to the commanders of Guinea. We have already distanced our security from us. We ask you also to distance your security from all the armed men from us. We don't want. Honorable Masakwe is the current superintendent of Lufa County. This is the second time coming on the grounds for investigation.
Security muja longole mama na ba mo fatile mo ko yan mo na ayu mu ka dalu ka mo ko
Since we'll be visiting this site, and always when we come, we meet the security personnel, the assigned security here. They have not embarrassed us, they have not carried any arm with us, they always respect us, and we give them that credit.
Because President
Everywhere today, everybody fighting for peace. Everybody crying for peace. You see no president in the world today crying for war or encouraging war. No.
Kemo imagine alele ma pa ma chide kwadu chief dona What chief down? The farmer chief.
The old man, Mr. Kamara, senior Kamara, he is the current paramount chief of this area here in Kwaduboni district.
So, I'll put the carry down. I buy now.
He the one that placed a photo at the border there.
Ma claim chicken kana. Nana mommy bla. Ule asibite. Ule kuma ni mutanika bafi sheri.
Bafi Sherry representing the clan chief of this area.
Neme kuma neme fans bufere. Jamana damu kuna.
He Mr. Losini Dukle, he is the super of this area, Kwaduboni district.
All
the other traditionally the Sumaru, the Kuruma, all of them fall under him.
So Monani Jabika for me balo, Kaben me funny, me doken, me bokeno. Don't know Cosini be like in.
Our purpose of visit here today is to come soliciting views, lecture together because we are neighbors and we share common borders.
Okay, Nafeka we are. I'll move on any waka. I did a jam or a mile. Monani is on a sedule. Monani is a kid. What is up before that? I want.
We came along with a.
Congratulations to President Bouaka. I think he has handled the Liberia Guinea border crisis in a professional and diplomatic manner. No life have been lost, no injury have been reported, and by keeping the AFA away from the border, I think it was a great decision by the president, you know, because our AFA are well trained by the American. They could take on Guinea very quickly. But the president told it wise, you know, and I support his idea to keep our military away from the Liberia Guinea border to avoid tension. We need to build our country. No need for war. But to the Sierra you decide to be deported. What opportunity that is in Guinea that you couldn't create in your own country, Sierra that you left from Sierra and went to Guinea to look for what? Everybody's in Guinea is the same way, the same thing you going through. The unemployment rate is still high in Freetown. It's the same thing in Guinea. What opportunity were you looking for to leave your hometown, Sebelum, to go Guinea? You decide to be deported. Some of you are so damn lazy. You can't create your own job. Why leave your own why leave other African country and go to another one for opportunity? It's the same African, you know, leadership. Nothing different. Peace.
All right, Brother, what say you?
Yeah, the local county superintendent is working overtime, trying to make sure that this issue is de-escalated. And the reality is, the people across both borders are families. You know, intermarriages have occurred over the years, for you can say centuries, because Liberia is 179 years old. Even before borders were placed over there, people were living over there and interacting, intermarrying, making farm across each border, and, you know, visiting each other. So, I mean, the mere fact that something happened and Guinea escalated to the level of deploying the military at our border is just, you know, and the superintendent said something today that made me to believe that the actions were not coincidence. Like, every leader in Guinea is a military man. So the mayor who's supposed to be civilian is a military man. So anything happen, the first thing he think a military option on the table, you know. So they're doing everything like military people. But the fact of the matter is, there is no need for borders to be closed. And right now, even some of the towns that were in Guinea that were really doing business with Liberia and getting their daily bread, those people are even suffering too. Right now, the people in Gegedu and other places around the border, when they close the Sorlumba area, Like they put start feeling the pinch of this fanatic stand off. But you know, it's wisdom. The president that we have is a man of wisdom, is a man of good intellect, and people that he appoints always drink from his fountain. The local county superintendent is doing the right thing, mediation, through dialogue, and hopefully we can get the necessary peace that we need. That look, you take the army people from the border, let the people continue doing their thing. Whatever happened here can be sorted out, can be taken care of, but you don't need to have your army people then standing to our border, putting fear in everybody, and now the whole community is in disarray because Guinean soldiers they laying out places, they standing places with guns and stuff like that. So kudos to the superintendent. I think he said he have a meeting. If the president approve, he want to go to Masanta to meet the I know the call them prefect, the mayor, the superintendent of Masanta is called a prefect or something. So we gave the superintendent credit for all the efforts he's making sure that he bringing on real time reporting, real time or coverage of what's happening at our border. And we say, Mr. Masakwe, just continue kudos to you, and hopefully this whole nightmare from Guinea can go beyond, so we can focus on our development.
Thank you. My friend and brother Lawrence.
Yeah, AB. I mean, the message that we heard from the local superintendent is a message of peace. And I think you played three videos.
Mm-hmm.
The first video, excuse me. The first video was about the cornerstone. Myself came across that picture wherein it show Guinean soldier digging out the cornerstone, but I consider that picture to be an AI picture, and it wasn't true. So it was prudent that the superintendent had gone to that place to clarify the information. And I mean, like this is say he's actually working, and we will have to commend him for that. However, uh, borders should be closed with Guinea. And yes, here's my reason. If you have confusion, or maybe a country trying to instill confusion in your country, the first immediate step to take is to protect that area where the confusion is occurring or wants to occur. So when the borders are closed, then dialogue begins, and the people understand borders can be open. But you cannot get the Guinean soldier. I will continue to say, because they are not yet left the soil. They are still in Sorlumba. They are still occupying that same portion of land they claim to be for them. They still have the flag erected on our soil. So they have not left the soil yet. So until that happens, borders should be closed and the issues should be resolved, or with the superintendent giving clarity on the demarcation in the others or on the other side of of global, where they said they had a Guinean soldier with the up cornerstone. It's important that we have that clarity, and it is important that the Liberian people should be informed. Your other video that you played, are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Your other video that you played concerning a voice, I tried to recognize that voice, but I can still understand. I want to, match it with Mark Jabate's voice, but I don't know whether it is his voice. I can tell. But the guy was so hard on the Sierra Leoneans. He asked him why is each Sierra Leoneans have to go to Guinea. Has he forgotten to know that Sierra Leone fought civil war? And when you are fighting civil war, people can be displaced. People can run away from the country to go seek refuge in another country. Has he forgotten? Even we have Liberians in other countries right now that don't want to come back to Liberia because the war has driven them over there, and they have established with intermarriage. They have created their family businesses and so forth. So they have found that area to be livable for them. So for Guineans to just wake up and say they are creating economic sabotage for them, or they are making the economy very hard and they want to take them from their country so that those who are there will have opportunity to their economy. I mean, I think that was just a wrong move on the part of Guinea, because you also have Guineans staying in Sierra Leone, likewise in Liberia. So if Guinea government is starting to do such thing, they should expect that to also happen to their citizens who are living in their neighboring countries, or their citizens should also be deported, because this is Sierra Leone. Mind you, they may want to say, oh, we're deporting Ivorians, we're deporting Liberians and so forth. And when they start to do that, they are the ones going to be affected, because most neighboring countries around them don't really depend on them. We don't depend on Guinea. So for the guy to say what Sierra Leoneans are doing in Guinea, I think he was actually wrong. Guinea fought war, and let's say Sierra Leoneans fought war, and Sierra Leoneans ran to Guinea. They established, and that's why they were staying there. But you deporting them, I think it's wrong, and that shouldn't have happened. Unless that person committed a crime, which will create expectation that you will have to charge them in the other country, then that makes sense. But you cannot just depose somebody with the intent to say the person is committing economic sabotage or creating or too suffering for your people. No.
All right. Okay. All right. You know, as for me, all in all, I say a very big thank you to the superintendent. The soup, he really doing well. And as my friend and brother Zizi said, you know, this is very much important at this time for all of us to be yearning for peace. We don't want to drag back into the 14 or 16 years or 17 years or 20 years civil war that we all experienced. That war had a trickle-down impact on some of us. So as for me, I will really appreciate the president in the way the president is doing it. I really appreciate him, and I appreciate all his lieutenants. And that is the reason why, you see, that is the reason when you're having such a superintendent who will leave, who will work miles to go to make sure that the peace discussion be done. I strongly believe that that superintendent is not to be taken for granted. I strongly believe so. But if any of you guys don't have anything to say, then we'll move on to our next topic of discussion.
Yeah, AB, let me just say this. You know, some people in Liberia, like, they are so emotional. Hold our sovereignty, Guinea this, that, or Guinea move there, so scared of airport. Can they imagine us having another war in Liberia? People who have seen Liberia way back like this, AB, we don't even have up to 150 megawatt power. The only major road that is paved in Liberia, you can say from Rela to Ganta, from here the way to Bikano. All the major roads in Liberia are Dorsal Road. This president is trying to change that. They're trying to make sure that Liberia can be like we can expand our electricity and road connectivity so that investors can come and invest in our country, where the 60% of the youthful population who are unemployed can be having access to at least job opportunities. And we want to be thinking about war. When the president is calculating all of these things, say, you know what, we fought war, we didn't have no benefit from inside. The only thing it did for us was our human resource capacity is poor, our infrastructure is poor, our educational structure is poor, our health facility is poor. Just the 2 years the president been in power, they're trying to augment all these different sectors of the country. And we're going to leave that only because Guinean soldiers standing on the border, now we should go be shooting gun? No. Why it pains us as Liberians that Guinean soldiers are on our soil, it doesn't mean that we have to solve that situation hurriedly by going to engage in a conflict or war. And that's the thing many Liberians have understood, and they are waiting on the resolve of this president, on the leadership of this president, to make sure that we amicably resolve this issue. This issue should not have escalated to the point that it is, but since it did, we have to use all the different channels to de-escalate the situation, ease everything off so that everything can go back to normal. The Guinean soldiers can go back to their posts, the border can be open, the brothers and sisters can continue now to interact with each other. But you do not imagine Liberia going to war at this time, AB. There will be nothing left.
But going to war with who? That's the thing I don't
saying.
understand.
There will be nothing left. It's just to destroy each other.
You having Loma people on the other side. That Loma live in Guinea. You having Gizi. You having Gizi on the other side. That Gizi living in Guinea. You having Madingo.
Are you distinguished there?
I'm telling you, you having Madingo on the other side. Then you having Madingo on the other side. How?
So you got Loma people all well abroad now. You got Loma people in Guinea. You get Pele people all well abroad. You get Pele people in Guinea. Madingo people all well abroad. They in Guinea. Okay. Gizi people all went abroad. They in Guinea.
Pele people. Pele people.
So who got the steal and go forward? Who got the steal? And human slaughter will go open over there. Just for personal gain to go loot few things. Let them get the president chance. We're not fighting war. Mohamed Doumbouya and people there. You see what the superintendent did. The people are reasoning now that look, they think that nonsense we're doing. Your care show them back. Then they put them continue with their business.
But you saw that Australians planting their pole. They were planting their pole right across the river going to Guinea. That's why they were planting their pole. That's why they're planting their pole. And now they are one of the claims that I have here. It says that they have demolished that hut that they built there, a temporary hut that they built, but they are demolished that hut. Look, we are not going to fight war, and we are not going to get ourselves involved in a senseless war. We will not do that.
We want developmental trajectory. We get MTC company coming help us to build our in the electric grid. We coming program for folding road to what they play the bow Warasa, local road continue going. The payment to the sub is going. The program will go forward. Forward for what day?
But who
be going in power? That's
Wait. The number one answer, the number one question that I get for the Ghana, who not going for? Who going for who? Who going for our brother and sister? Eh?
Yeah. We go kill Loma people. Loma people go kill Loma people. Gizi people go kill Gizi people. Then at the end of the day, it will come out to you like go to a peace talk. So what can start a peace talk and solve everything? It's all going kill people, destroy lives and property, and then we say, oh, they think 2 men at the bloodshed. You like go peace talk. That common sense there.
And you know, there is no other person that discussing. They let us go to war. Let us go to war. Man, the president wasted time. What the president cares is the matter. We are sure of matter. Yeah, we are sure of matter. We know. Yeah, we are sure of manpower. Yeah, we know that. But we are not going to go there the way you want us to go there.
Why should we escalate the whole situation when it can be de-escalated? And that's what we want. People want to go set a billboard and order to you can't talk about go be put fire between RPG in the put live villages and things for what day. And am I ready for that thing?
Look.
Somebody really experience war in AB. They 2000 born children, what they hyper. They haven't really experienced war, right?
Yeah, man.
You know what?
Say some of the 1990 children, some of them not experienced war.
You know what? Looking at cassava for them now. We're looking at cassava for them to feed there. Well, nothing some of Fennel Campbell, you walk from Fennel all the way to a white place looking for cassava. AB, April 6th, I living right on the FE. George Bully was living right near us. That April 6th, something started on 19th Street. When April 6th came AB, Mangetan, that was battlefield land. Chancellor men coming across the FE from over there, and George Bully men right on the FE there, brother. RPG flying over our house. If I don't been scared in my entire that day, brother, that RPG could have fallen down on our house. That day I wouldn't have been here. Autopus, when Batan Chancellor Yese Okada coming to bring economic supply, they would just launch rocket to the FE. That FE junction, rocket fell down there. Killed 3 people on the spot. We look, when Batan Okada coming, we are on the FE. You don't know when that rocket will fall down, brother. You just hear the sound. You just gotta know when the play where you taking call and the play I think coming fall down. The people got to I'm sorry, let everyone go for it. You know,
the fact of the matter is that we have fought war before, and the war that we fought, it did not benefit any one of us.
Dirty.
The war that we fought, it destroyed life and properties. So we have now sat down, we have calculated the destruction that took place in our country. We are trying to rebuild it. So we don't have time for that. And at the tiny, small solution talking the rubbish. They are the one that talking the rubbish because it does not make sense to me. The president communicated with ECOWAS chairperson, and they met on a flight. They went to Guinea. The Guinean president honored and they signed a diplomatic note. What else you want for the president to do? You want for the president to give 24-hour command and that.
So you can get a negative story, but AB, let me tell you this, Sonia. We that went through the war in Liberia. We are very, very strong. The American people there, what are you working with? When they come, their car tire flat. They get depression. They get anxiety. Was picking them walking over dead bodies. If that thing can traumatize you as an African child that went through war, and then people think say that's something like a joke to go through war, don't talk war tire because we're not going nowhere. Don't talk war tire because the shame getting in now. The whole thing is de-escalating, and before the end of the month or early next week, if all the things come to an end where the Guinean soldiers leave our soil and go back, and then the reality will hit them that the development is still going on in the country. Even with all the dons that are going on the side north, development is still going in the country. That one they don't want yet. So they're praying for some kind of negative thing that can disrupt everything. We told you no. That your wish, it will not come to reality because this two everybody can say this two shall pass.
Yes.
This two shall pass, and our development agenda will continue. Y'all be a turn, y'all see more Liberia changing, and we'll get ready for y'all. Y'all go that Guinea, y'all go for a Guinea, But sit down.
Let me bring in this note.
So, well, folks, whatever you are, however you watching, this is Spoon TV, and we are currently posted at Criminal Code C, where the case involving the former finance minister has been adjourned for today. My name is Emmanuel Phillips. In subsequent time, I will join our senior judicial reporters who will be giving you update. So stay tuned, share the live, so we can reach as many people.
Okay, so welcome. Thank you. So you just listened to my colleague, Commander Philip. Today the court adjourned a hearing in a case involving the former finance minister, Samuel Tuwe, and 4 other defendants. So on today's hearing, the Financial Intelligence Agency were subpoenaed to come and testify to documents that has the possible linkage to the crime. So they were subpoenaed to testify to the checks, the communications from the FIA to the Central Bank of Liberia as to how they all link, because what they said first when they brought one Baba Mohammed, what he brought were all photocopied. So the FIA and the Central Bank were subpoenaed to come and produce the original copy of these checks and letters that were sent from the FIA to the Central Bank. So on today we have one Edward Blaman, who is the chief of audit staff to the executive director of the FIA, who appeared before the court. So when quiz, he informed the court that upon receiving the subpoena from the court, he and his staff searched every list and hold of the FIA office. They could not find a single document as requested by the court. All of the places in the FIA building or offices, according to him, they searched everywhere, they looked everywhere, and they could not find a single document that were asked to be brought before the court for subpoena a specific countdown. So on that note, the court could not proceed with the matter. The High Court adjourned to this hearing because his part was clear that he does not have any, and he did not find any document that relating to the trial. So the judge thanked him when he was asked to leave the stand. So we await the Central Bank subpoena witness to come and testify too. On a same note, the court has ordered that a PA system be installed in the court because you have huge things that were installed by the maintenance team here at the judiciary, and these things also creating some hearing difficulty for the jurors, the defendants, and the public who are going to listen to the matter. So on that matter, the court ordered that a PA system be installed in the court, so at least everybody, every Liberian who want to follow the matter can come before the court and have a clear understanding of what is unfolding. But on Monday, the state first witness, one Baba Mohammed Bokar, appeared before the court, and he made it clear that when the news broke out about some 500,000 being used, the LCC took that very seriously, and what it did was someone members of the FIA and Central Bank, the former foreign minister, but at that time he was not in country. All of the emails sent him, he did not respond to any, and all of the communication they could not reach out to him. But the former Attorney General also responded, and they all came before the LCC, and they made it clear that the money, as reported by one of the media institutions, as 500,000 was more than 500,000, and the media institution reported that it was intended for the purchasing of RCT equipment, but he said the money was intended according to what he got for Jefferson Camus and the Copper. The money was intended to purchase equipment related to the total security operations. So on that basis, the court had the hearing on a direct, but they could not continue with the examinations because many of the documents are testified to by the paper witness needed a full understanding. That is the original copies of these checks and these communications. That was why the court did not have a hearing on yesterday, because they are either someone members of the central bank and also the FIA to come and get a full understanding, a full original copy of this document. But then on today, as we said, the chief of office staff to the director at the FIA, one Edward Blaman, came to the court and he informed the court that upon receiving the subpoena, they searched every loose corner of the building and they could not find a simple document. What does it mean? We will tell you after the central bank subpoena witness trap appeared and then gave a full understanding of why he or she knows about this entire matter, because the document in question is what the state is relying on to 100% prosecute these defendants, because they brought in photocopy with the court needs, and the defense also needs the original copy of this document to clearly show the accountability aspect of it, the discrepancy that attached to it, and all of the different clarity that is needed to proceed with this entire matter.
My friend, brother, what do you make of this whole stuff?
The whole thing tells me that people stole money. Because if you did something for national security, maybe there should be no reason why people should get missing.
No, but the photocopy is present, but then the original.
That's what I'm saying. So those who are supposed to be custodians of those original documents, that they now saying that they can't find, all those people should be charged for sabotage and brought to court for prosecution, because it's intentional. Because they feel that if the original paperwork for this whole case cannot be brought to court, the judge will not rely on the photocopy, and the defense can say they already can lie now. Oh no, there's not a copy of the check, or there's not a copy of the check. So from the FIA to central bank, depending on what the central bank was not going to say. If the central bank come tomorrow and say, oh, we can't find the paper anywhere in central bank, okay, those who are supposed to be in charge of keeping records should be charged for sabotage and prosecuted, because they will be trying to free someone to them from this case.
No, but yes,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, is the thing. Samuel did not deny that he did not take the money. They are saying that they took the money, but the money was used for security purpose.
Then why the people lost it?
So that question should be able to go to FIA, and we're waiting for central bank.
Thank you.
Because it is possible. It is possible, but where in the photocopy? The photocopy, because you can only have a photocopy like when you go deposit money to the bank. You have to write the amount on the.
And there are three
different receipts. One, the original one will remain with the teller.
Yeah.
The photocopy, which is the carbon copy. The carbon copy is going to you. Then the third one, that's the one you put in the bars.
Why are they using people when kind of money transaction?
So my thing is that Samuel Twain, they don't know how to lie. They don't know how to lie, because the first thing for that the court have getting their statement that they are saying yes, that they say yes indeed that this money was used by the Security Council. But
so
that's the reason
why to the bank.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why Jeff Camo, who was the special security advisor to Josh Manawia, he came and said no. He said, look, they think are baking your judge. They want to try it separately, because the way I see the case going, I don't want to be part of the men and stuff. You want to try it separately. And then the judge denied and said no. All of you guys will be cooked in one pot.
But they tell my AB, The Justice Ministry had to be drastic on the FIA people who talk about they can't find original document and this and that and this and that. If the central bank president come tomorrow with the same story that they can't find the original copy of the check that was cash, and these people have said that they use the money for national security, and it's proving that the money came to the check in the central bank, it was cash, it went through FIA. They have to produce the original documents. They have to.
But the man said he checking the whole entire FIA bank. He could
You
not be
find
able to
it.
find it.
If they charge them now that they know they're going to jail for how to call it, it's either sabotage or temporary with a state case, whatever charges they can put on it, they will produce that document.
Yeah,
Because everything you want to save Samuel 12 for you to go to jail for 40 years, that's up to you.
Samuel cannot be safe in this thing here. It is difficult.
Yeah, but we need a overriding evidence, and it's going to prove beyond all reasonable doubt, maybe, that why we need an original copy of the papers. So people can be holding original paperwork in the name of trying to save people from going to jail. So if you want to sabotage the state case, then the state will come after you. Everybody in that department that's supposed to handle records, you all will go to jail. They go to central bank. Everybody that's supposed to be in charge of records, you can produce a record, they charge or they put you in jail.
I strongly believe that central bank should have the original of that cash.
FIS is supposed to have it. FIS is supposed to have it. If someone finish paying them to go, because just the thing now, the FIA boss, his deputy, and another person that was there, all of them part of the case. So they did destroy evidence by taking the original copy, because it will come back to them. It will come back to them.
Let me recognize my Oma Malavla Kizele. How you doing? The Oma can sleep. The Oma can sleep. The Oma have Labra on her chest.
But if there's the thing, these are some of the things that have been going on for years. You see what someone told them when brand in front of Ministry of Record era?
Yeah, exactly.
All they're stealing is paper. So if it's computerized, you can delete it and go to the hard drive to go look for it to find it. But because it's paper, so they were burning places and tearing paper, shredding paper, and talking about we can find original. The original will be formed. There have to be the original copy.
But where there was a photocopy, there will be an original.
Thank you. The photocopy show that you cash the money. So someone want to tell me that because they say they don't have original check, it means that they didn't cash the check or they didn't get the money. That's what they're trying to play.
No, this money was cash out. And there was one other guy who they told say carry the money. Yeah, they are criminals. So the man cash the money. The money was with him. Then the man received call from one of his boss. Told him said they carry the money so and so place. Then the man he said to you fully he took the money he carried there. He took it and carried the rest of the money there and left it there. So that's the reason why when you hear Jefferson Camo saying, so I don't want to be part of the case, that's the reason, because the men have already entrapped themselves.
So the man who is a less smart thing say, Mapu, I want talk. Talk. I know about AB. For God's sake, man, that's the reason why our country is like this. People go into government positions. They feel that that's their inheritance. They take the money, eat it, and other people are just suffering and dying in the country. Can you imagine what 6 million can do if they were building a good maternity hospital in a specific county?
Okay.
what statement I can do? That's just the tip of the iceberg. Do you know how much money some of the men were involved in ETAB? But
I know
again,
about it.
this is just 6 million. What about all the money at the store at the finance ministry? Imagine that the finance ministry budget on some was 150 some odd million. So imagine someone controlling 157 million only on him. Like start packing money in the finance ministry. Then he will owe all financial stuff of Liberia, the
Then
financial
you are
budget.
then you are board chairman for almost all of the lucrative places.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
let me play you this clip and then we'll come to give our closing statement.
Hello, bro.
Yes, hello, who am I speaking with? And where are you calling me from?
Yeah. I deal commander I'm speaking with.
Yeah, you are speaking with the TA commander.
Yes, you know, that I want to begin, man. I want to begin, man. Someone give me the number, man. I say the kush about the money, and I'm small, the kush and the cocoa, and I'm
Come
small,
again, you say?
I'm follow, problem. I say, give me 10 rate.
Yes, then why you put your number on no number you calling me for now? Move your number for on no number you
No,
call
I
me.
put my number on no number because I want you get my number now, bro. You know that I'm not asking for assistance. I'm not want you help me, bro.
Okay, you know what you do? Can your office or move your number from on no number?
No, bro, I can't your office. I can't move my number on no number. I can't your office. Because the thing is, they wanted to bring in, they wanted to people bringing like, bro, the thing that looking fake.
My man, you
The
listen to
ones
me.
the ones that
Listen to me.
I saw them and I said, I don't even know if I'm a whole ass and I ain't even real, bro.
Okay, you know what you do? Come in my office right now.
I'm a kind of office.
Show me your location and come in the office.
No, bro. Maybe I was saying small thing on your mobile money account, but you know, I ain't kind of office.
So you call me to make ass out of me, right?
The office not for me.
But I just want to know who you are.
If people that can go against the
Listen
law,
to me.
they trust law, but as I sit in my room, I do my
Yes, I
smoking,
get. Look, hello?
they trust about a working.
Yes, but I want you to come in the office for me to know you, you know. Then I can show you where to buy it.
I don't want to know now where I can buy your own from because they say you can buy the strong one in. Yeah, when I'm smoking and thing, you know, for that island to 10 ray, yeah, the one can make people out 10 ray. Like the one know where they can, where they need it, where they can sell it.
Okay, then what you do is come zoom far. You get me? I want you come zoom far. Or just take your number from on number 10. You'll be my picking, don't be afraid.
So you, all your name is dog.
Get me? Don't be scared.
Man, that's the remember team no one no what they go to you go look like go get on the more.
Yeah, yeah, someone, brother. What do you have to say for your closing statement?
Yeah, AB my man, Liberia is all we have. We have gone through the turmoils. As an independent nation, when it came to the partition of Africa, the people came, they used their might, took land from us. The little land that we had leaders, some that came with good intentions to advance the human capital, the human resource of Liberia, and also infrastructure of the country. Some came, they only came to put money in their pockets and let the other people hustle and go dry. And Liberia has been existing, but when it comes to what we need as a population to live good life, is not yet in our country. And in this 21st century, Liberia cannot continue to be on the same old path of destroying herself with inner conflicts or other conflicts. So that is why I'm very glad that some of us, you know, campaign for the steady hands of Joshua Imam Boaga Sr., President, to take the affairs of the country so that we can see ourselves at least moving gradually to what we all will imagine in our lifetime, that you can go Liberia and feel proud and know that yes, I'm back home. and see that your country is on the trajectory that the next generation will even take it further. Like the next core of leadership will take what President Bouakai and the VP are doing. Like that would be like a model platform for people to follow that. Look, you don't have to steal the country money and just get yourself high blood pressure by being overweight, by eating the country money and just giving yourself curse. It's better you use the country money the rightful way so that everybody in the country can live a livable life. We all in America, AB, we're not working in corporate America, but because of the private sector that is very, very vibrant in this country, you can work anywhere and enjoy life. Things that we couldn't afford in Liberia growing up or as a young men. We came here, we started owning them at a fingertip. I didn't own a bicycle. I didn't know how to drive. I came here, my first job, after 2 months, I bought a car. That is what an advanced society can do for you. A society that cares for everybody livelihood, not the few. Yeah, corruption is in America. But look, you and myself, are we feeling the corruption? When we go work, our pay is deposited every 2 weeks, and we decide what we want to do with our paycheck. But in that place that you work and you can't get paid on time, or you working, they pay not enough to even sustain you. So, Liberians, let us stand behind President Joseph Imambaga Sr. and pray that he will use his wisdom, his international influence, his regional influence to put this Guinean situation behind us so that we can continue to see the level of development that he's carrying on in the country and that he can build a new pillar for Liberia to be able to progress to the next century. So, AB, it was a good show. I'll be joining you there tomorrow. I'll be in your town tomorrow. So, I'll be in Minnesota tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you. And so we can hang out. I'm coming to bury my brother. In his form and manner, I want to also extend my condolences to my friend Danisha's Hammond wife, Miss Vivian Hammond. I want to dedicate this show to you. I'm very sorry for the loss of my brother and also the Hammond family. My condolences to you guys. Tomorrow I'll be in Minnesota and hopefully God will give me the life to be able to bury my friend and brother in a nice and decent way to give a nice farewell. So, AB, until then, by God's willing, I'll see you tomorrow.
Let me say a very big thank you to my friend and brother Akwe Ezeze. And let me say a very big thank you to my friend and brother Lawrence. And let me say a very big thank you to my own Oma, my own mother, my lovely Kezali. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama. Thank you ever so much. And let me say a very big thank you to all of our listeners, to all of our friends and brothers. Thank you ever so much. I want to inform you that tomorrow will not be on because we have a barrier. We have death. Death are called upon one of us. And death is something that we cannot be able to caution God. Why? But may that brother soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
May all of what his children, his wife, was seeking for coming to this country, may they achieve it.
Amen.
You know, death, when it comes, an hour, second cannot pass. You will be called. So on that note, this is how we'll let to end this show. Thank you ever so much. See you when we see you.